I've said on this channel quite a few times that, of course, I covered Depp and Heard throughout all the years, but a lot of the content was not actually about them. It was about the fan base and the fan base's reactions, which is what brings me here. Now, this here is from Depp Delusion. It's a forum that's still going, relatively active, who's still complaining and whining and crying about things that happened to you-know-who. So I saw this, and I read it, and I was thinking, why is this on a forum that's about Depp and Heard? How do you see this and make that connection in your brain? Apparently, it's about some TikTok video where some DoorDash driver who happened to be a woman got flashed. To put into context, in case you don't have TikTok, the DoorDash driver was dropping food off at a man's house and the door was wide open and the dude was on the couch with his pants off. She recorded it, and now everyone has turned on her for some reason, like she wasn't getting flashed, aka a crime. Well, first of all, this is a bit complex, okay? If she was getting flashed and it was a crime, you bring that to the police. I mean, if it was unintentional, I'm going to say it probably was, most likely. But if it wasn't, then you just, put the guy up there naked or whatever on TikTok, and that's a crime too. So this is kind of fundamental, where these people who support Amber and Blake, by the way, and Megan, by the way, and Rachel Wood, by the way, have a disconnect with what their side is doing. So even if you are intentionally flashed, and by the way, the guy ordered DoorDash, you don't know if it's a man or woman delivering it, so there is that. It's not for you to put out there on the internet to prove you've been victim of some flashing or something. That's for the police. Same thing with Evan Rachel Wood, especially. You don't put it all out there. You put it in a sealed document, send it to the police, send it to multiple police, send it to whoever you want who's behind closed doors to prove a crime. Same thing here. If this DoorDash girl did get flashed intentionally and she recorded it, well, send it to the police, not TikTok. Why do these people miss that fundamental point? Or maybe you are using it to get views and attention for yourself, and in that case, well, you obviously didn't mind and found it beneficial. It's just giving me flashbacks to when everyone dogpiled Amber. Okay, I guess that's my connection there. This world just slanders women and protects predators/abusers, literally making fan fiction because they just want to defend weirdos so bad. Even if victims have evidence, women can't be believed or they're labeled as hysterical. I just wanted to make this post because it's like in 2022 again, defending yet another woman on the internet again, brain dead people who believe doctored evidence and random TikTok circle jerks. All right. I said circle jerks regarding this forum, not TikTok. But yeah, so this person isn't at all thinking about the fact that this guy might not have wanted that uploaded on TikTok. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. The point is, if you get some kind of video like that, with material like that, it's not for the public. If you feel you've been the victim of some kind of flashing, which I'm not totally sure is even illegal if he was in his house and she wasn't even coming in, then bring it to the cops. Don't put it out there in public to say, hey, I'm a victim of this, look at me. It's just odd. It's just not genuine. It just doesn't feel like you think you're a real victim if you don't go to the police first, if you want everyone to know about it. People on TikTok have been dissecting the video, and the one circulating that the door was half open was fake because in the original the door was wide open. The Austin guy also deleted all of his social media and left TikTok there. Someone also pulled up he had been arrested with disorderly conduct, so who knows what that's for. All right, who knows? What drives me crazy about this whole situation is that in order to believe that the perverted flasher is the victim, which is a narrative many people are pushing, this person says, you have to accept the most insane chain of events. I'm not accepting any chain of any event. What I'm saying is, even if it was deliberate, there's no reason to post it online for the public. You go right to the police. Are you going to skip that whole line of thinking as well? So they're saying at this point, I'm assuming that anyone even remotely defending the flasher is an offender themselves or an enabler. And the comments go down and down. I'm not going to read every single one, but I'm going to assume nobody thought to write a comment like, well, I agree, the guy's in the wrong, but there's no reason to upload it online. That's my opinion for now. I'll meet them halfway. I'm not going to defend the guy. Yeah, he's a weirdo, but, you know. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.